Hello everyone, Kitty Foster, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars for the rest of June. Really what happens today on the 29th continues through the 30th before we get into the energy that is going to be July. So let's just take a look. So what we are starting with was a Leo moon that moves void of course early in the morning and then on to Virgo. And so while it's the biggest energy that leads off the day is this conversation and opposition with our Mercury energy that is in Leo and our Pluto energy, which is in Aquarius. And so that's a daily energy that is going across our energy of our visionary energy, a much longer, slower moving energy. And today that energy brought forth is a full circle shift. Today has a huge shift component that goes right on through the 30th and into July. Kind of think of an escalator. What it feels like is you're going up the escalator, and as you're coming to the crest, you can't quite see what's at the top. You can see a portion of it, but you don't quite see what's there. Or think of what it's like in the revolving door, that whoosh before you enter, and that feeling of being clear of that spiral. That's the energy of the change that is stepping forth. This Virgo allows the presence of change in very small and subtle ways is what intuitively is happening as we move into that moon energy. And as we look at the vision that, so Mercury by itself, it rules Virgo. So there's always a Virgo component. And in Leo, it's all those little pieces for us that are in an opposition with what the vision is, because we haven't arrived at the crest. There is an alignment today that steps forward, that uncovers. And this visionary energy, we are cresting or peaking to see what is next in our cycle. There is a push and pull with that combination of the Leo and Aquarius energy of secrets to who and what we are energizing, what our relationships are with ourselves, and therefore affecting the relationships with other. This hangs around again till the end of the month. So you will feel this kind of push and pull as you're sorting, just as you're coming up, getting ready to step off, the anticipation of that. Discernment is needed today in very intuitive energy of our moon and personal energy, that because of the 29 degrees that we're dealing with this Taurus energy getting ready on the 7th to move into Gemini. And this is, as it moves into Gemini, it takes us from the stability, the energy of both Venus and Libra, about balance, what is valued, and is resetting this Taurus energy, this kind of becoming okay with change, but also becoming okay with who we are and what we are, our bodies, all the things that we have become. And then, and it's resetting the karma. It is, again, that push and pull into that version of who we are and looking at our value and balance. What's kind of interesting is our new cycle with Saturn and Neptune is not in any kind of conversation with the moon. The moon's really in Virgo, really quite over this end of the month, acting very independently in putting those pieces intuitively and not bringing it into the next cycle. It really is a stepping off kind of energy. We are activating and moving forward by nurturing and the arrival of letting the secrets out that we have with self and therefore with others in our relationship. That is the shift that we're over this couple days really going to kind of understand and bring to a balance. This aligns with the nurturing our will to put these pieces together as we arrive where we want to step off. July has a lot of energy of movement. We've come from a lot of planning in and movement into accepting what is now coming, and that also takes action. It also is meeting it where we are. So we're going to be piecing this together over the next couple of days. Our tomorrow allows the pause as we get rid of these last few things, and we arrive as the month ends, and our time. All of a sudden, the birds are super loud this morning. and it's, kind of a saying goodnight. Karmic cycles and new visionary technologies are really stepping forth in July that we are going to be dealing with. And, I hear astrologers talk about this placement that Uranus goes in Gemini. Yes, it has been placements of war for American society. Some has been the whole time, some has been peace. But the battle has been within. The battle has been for this evolution of mankind. And so the belief, again, the faith, there's fear and faith. And if I put the faith forward, it is the belief in our evolutionary abilities with our visionary technologies of where we are moving. You step off from that climb, from this last part that's been more like an escalator pushing us forward. You're on it, that's where you're going. And today I put out something that came from the children of the people that were assassinated in Minnesota, where they asked for love. They asked in the memory of their parents to kindness. And though it's hard at times, or it's a challenge at times, remember, you create the reality. What you put out is what comes back to you. This Uranus in Gemini is about the experience of the entire gambit of the technologies, of our visionary energy that's coming through. And it completes this really busy time that the planets have been resetting. It really is an ability for us to evolve. Be the change. Remember, you are the person your soul values and sees you as being. Have an amazing end of June and get ready for July. Namaste.